What's going on, everybody? Z Carmine here with a rant about Maplestory today, and today we'll talk about two things. Number one is why the pros and cons of the Reboot server, and number two is the top DPS or top classes that I wouldn't say top classes, but top classes that I've seen that have good DPS. So first, let's start with the good thing. Or you know what? I'll start with the Reboot server pros and cons. So, all right, let's discuss about this, guys. Let's get serious here. A lot of people. Blah 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 blah. Boogies is giving me stuff. Alright. Alright, crap. What the hell was I supposed to do? Okay. Now, alright, so you're in the Reboot server, and for example, alright, let's say you're, oh hey, I'm a new character in the Reboot server. Hi. Oh man, this is gonna be exciting. Then the next thing you know, when you start doing stuff, you're like, oh my god, it's not the same as the stuff in the other channels. So, I'm going to discuss to you and warn you about the Reboot server pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. Cons for Reboot server is that you can't trade. I mean, so it mainly focuses on the grinding aspect of it. So, you keep hunting monsters, you don't have to trade anything, and then you have to, like for example, balance furies. You have to get balance furies at a certain monster instead of having to buy them for somebody else, and blah 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 blah. Just cheating. So, the con to that is that you can't trade, and you can't get the items you want, and you can't even drop trade, which if you don't know how to do, I will tell you, is when you drop something for somebody else on the floor, and that's about it. So, and you wait for a couple seconds and it'll reappear. Now that's one con. I don't know if there's more cons to it. Another con would be is that the monsters here are a lot stronger than what they normally are in other servers. Like, mainly because, I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion that they're stronger, but they're just strong. They hit harder, they just hit harder. Now, those are the cons that I know. You guys may have some more, so feel free to put in the link in the description below the cons or pros that you have in mind. Now the pros, let's get to the pros. Pros is that it focuses more on the grinding aspect, which means it's more fun if you grind and hunt by yourself, or explore the whole entire Maple world and see all the good different things in Maple, like the time lane and all the good stuff about it. Pink Bean, Gullux. Like, doing this quest just brings back life to Maplestory. So instead of like, oh hey, I can get Gullux belt at free market, money. It's no fun if you can just get it as a free market for a certain amount of money. It's more fun if you get them yourself. That's one pro. Another pro is that when you first start with the first character, you get a box. I don't know, I can't show you, but you get a box. It says, oh hello, welcome to the Reboot server, and we'll be starting a new character, and that box starts off in, well, you can open it in 3 different levels, I think, 3 or 4, I don't remember. I think there's a bonus stage to it, but I would say 4 or 5. The first stage is at level 30, your first actual job advancement. Which is level 30. You get like 3 mil, and you get 3 mil and some other stuff. Then level 70 is 5 mil and more stuff, and then level 100 is like other stuff. Yes, I have a dog in my house, so please ignore that I have a dog. That's number 2 in the pro list. Number 3, I'd say it has more fun to it. It's more interesting. It brings life to all Maplers all around. That's why if you come to the global server or global Maplestory, you'll see that come every weekend, you'll see the difference in, for example, Scania, the very first World of Maplestory to Reboot server now today. Recently I've just looked at it and it saddens me that Scania players may have moved into the Reboot server. And I'm not hating on anything like that, because whatever floats your boat is whatever you do. So if you want to go to the Reboot server and forget about Scania, because Scania is not as fun as it used to be, it's up to you. Now, that's one thing. It's more fun for it too. If you can make friends, say, hey, yo, what's up? Let's be friends and make friends forever. Let's go hunting, instead of just like, hey, can you give me a message? That's one. I think that's it. That's all the pros and cons that I can think of. Now, okay. Well, I have actually one more thing to discuss, and we'll get to that afterwards. Next, there's so much questing to do with this Cygnus Knights. Number 2, the second thing I want to discuss is DPS classes. So, what the hell? So number 2, our discussion is that is the DPS classes. So recently I've been looking at videos and saying, oh, what's the best DPS class there is, and what's the strongest, blah 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 blah. And I'm just gonna list out 5 things to level up. Oh, I forgot, one more con for Reboot server is that there's no burning characters, so it's like one single level. Well, in other servers you get like burning characters, which is kind of cheap. You get two levels per level. So if you reach level 11, you're level 13 or 14. I don't know, I don't count. So now back to the topic. Apparently the 5 best DPS classes are apparently different ones, not just all warrior and all that stuff. So I'm going to discuss about it. That's the main reason why I made one. One of them is Nightwalker. Apparently Nightwalker has the best DPS class. Just YouTube it and why Nightwalkers have the best DPS class. Hint, I'll give you, it's about their jumping ability. Now, second is one of my personal favorites, and is actually my first character when I played Maplestory, is actually the Dark Knight. Now, the Dark Knight is like a tanky monster, where he never dies. Because of his skills, and Gungnir's deciding when he dies, he has no cooldowns for a certain skill, and it's infinite. Blah, 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 blah. Now, that's one. Next I saw is that Fire Poison Mage can do tons of damage in a small amount of time, hence because of their gassy stinkiness. Yes, it's gassy. It's poison. It's a poison gas, so I call it the gas. Now, next next is, I would say, Kaiser. I heard Kaiser is really good. He is a bit tanky, and he has a transformation, which is extremely super powerful. And with all his skills with that super power transformation, you can do all sorts of things for it. Now, I wouldn't say any cons for his classes. So I think the last class that I would say that has possibly the most one of the high DPS is Nightwalker. Nightwalkers have quad star Quad star plus shadow partner is like, it's not and plus assassin's mark, so it kind of gives you a lot of that. But what's the chances of you getting a star? Apparently I've seen videos where it says, oh, the star is not a lot, blah 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 blah. Well, if you raise it if you raised it and you keep it on, then yeah, you probably get a high star rate. It's like kind of like Nightwalker when he has the bats. But Nightwalker, I would say, in my opinion, Nightwalker has high DPS in anything. Next to, I heard Kaiser, but I would still personally say that Nightwalker has a high DPS. Now, that's number 2. Number 3, if anyone, God help me, I got lag. Now guys, this is the problem when you go into Reboot server, is on the weekends. Weekends is often busy with people playing because it's the weekend, everyone's free, every kid is free, and to make it worse, it's double EXP and double drop event. So, just a forewarning, try to play in the weekdays or anytime before it gets busy, because then you'll lag. Now the last thing is, like, can anyone tell me the story behind, like, why the Cygnus Knights were hated by the Resistance? I mean, I know I've read the story saying that, oh hey look, Cygnus Knights dropped us off. We're about to come, but then all of a sudden they had to come back, and then Edelstein was attacked, blah 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 blah, and Edelstein was destroyed, and now we can't guard them because they hate us, and now Cygnus Knights, whenever they come, oh, we play tricks on them, blah blah blah, we hate you guys. Edelstein, that's what Edelstein said. And yeah, that's, I don't quite understand. Cygnus Knights had to protect their homes, just like you kind of had to protect yours when you had to take it over, but you kind of lost yours. So please, anyone, elaborate to me why Cygnus Knights hate each other. But then sometimes maybe I'll answer my question at when you reach level 100. All of a sudden, the Cygnus Knights, you can take a choice between, like, oh hey, we could have the Resistance like be with us, or Maple World Heroes be with us, or something like that. But oh god, I'm playing so hard. Anyway, thanks for listening to me, my rants. I hope you enjoy these videos that I try to do. Hope it makes your day, and just makes your day at least. Because it gets kind of boring trying to talk to myself. I'll try to play a different game once in a while, so. That's alright, guys. I will see you in the next video. Maybe. Later.